I'm not gonna make any promises, but I really hope that the next devlog will be out sooner than this one was. I don't know, it really depends how much I end up procrastinating. So, I guess it's been a while since I made the last devlog. Couple months, in fact. Do you ever estimate how long it'll take to finish a project, and then turns out you were just completely wrong? Yeah, well, that's basically what this city project has been for the past couple months. Now, don't get me wrong, that really should not come as a surprise. I mean, just look at, like, how huge everything in the city is. But in my heart of hearts, I genuinely thought that this devlog would be out sooner, and, well, I was so wrong. Like, no, not even close. I do, however, have some good news. Hero of Amadias, this adventure map, is now on version 1.21.11. As you can see by this copper spear here. There's actually quite a lot that I have done since updating to 1.21.11, while this city has remained very unfinished. So strap in, because it's finally time for yet another HOA devlog. If you have been keeping up with these devlogs, you'll know that I have overhauled Minecraft's enchanting system a while back. And if you have not seen the devlog, then I'll put a link to it at the top of the screen, in the corner or something. That's what YouTubers do, right? Anyways. Since then, I've made a couple of additions and changes to the enchanting system. So now that we have spears in the game, naturally, we also have the lunge enchantment. And something that you might also notice about the enchantment scrolls is that they now have an experience cost. This is definitely my bad. Back when I was overhauling the enchanting system, I just completely neglected EXP levels. But now they actually do serve a purpose, so now when I use the scroll here, you'll see that my levels go from 100 down to 90. And while Lunge is a pretty cool enchantment, it's not the only one that I have added since the previous devlog. So allow me to show you the others. Recon is a new enchantment for both bows and crossbows. This enchantment will make your arrows inflict both glowing effect and weakness. And the weakness is pretty strong. It actually makes regular husks like these just completely unable to hit you. At one point, Recon only had the glowing effect and not weakness, and a lot of playtesters pointed out that that's pretty useless. Especially considering you can literally get that exact same effect by just using spectral arrows with the bow. So yeah, the added weakness effect definitely makes this enchantment a lot more worthwhile. Especially considering that it costs 30 enchantment levels to apply. Next up is a new mace enchantment called Hemorrhage. This one is pretty simple. On plunging attacks, you inflict bleed. This is a new damage over time status effect that actually lasts quite a while. But yeah, there's really not much else to say about this one. You can just whack the enemy with a big hammer and it gives them a brain hemorrhage. See, this map has guns, and many playtesters hate these things. Or more specifically, they hate the way you reload them. As it works right now, you have to hold down right-click for an amount of time to actually load the bullets into the gun. And then from there, you can actually start shooting. That is not how it works in most FPS games, though. Usually you just click a single button, and then you watch an animation, and then your gun is reloaded. You don't have to hold down the button. It just felt super clunky that during a fight, you have to just hold right-click for a few seconds, and then you get to fire again, instead of it just being a single button press. And so I'm proud to announce a new enchantment for guns called the Freeloader. With a gun enchanted with Freeloader, all you need to do is just tap right click and it will fully reload for you. Also with a normal gun, while you're reloading and holding down right click, your movement speed is greatly reduced. A gun with Freeloader, however, doesn't have this issue. I can just tap right click and then move around at a normal speed, and then my gun will be reloaded. So there you go, I think I have appeased most of my playtesters with this addition. Over the past year or so, there have been quite a few mobs added to the game. There was the Breeze, the Happy Ghast, there was Copper Golems, and even in snapshots, the Sulfur Cube. I, however, do not care about any of those. I firmly believe that the best new entity added to the game is Mannequins. Mannequins are basically just a player. You can punch them around, they make the same sounds as a player, and you can kill them, of course. However, you can also specify a player profile for the mannequin, and then it will adopt that player's skin. Or, you can specify a texture from your resource pack that the mannequin entity will use. Yes, I know I used the example of my skin twice, but anyways. This is genuinely huge, because it now gives a better way to add NPCs. Are your city streets beautiful, but boring? Have you built a complete ghost town with no NPCs because you said that you'd do it later, then you just never got around to it? Do you despise villagers with a burning passion? Well then look no further than Mannequin Entities. With one single flick of a button, your town can be filled with the same copy and pasted NPC 6 times. These are the perfect way to populate your town in record time. And if you accidentally misplace one, then don't worry, you can just stab them to death. They don't feel a thing. Call right now to buy one for the price of 2 and get a second one absolutely free. Are you looking for the best way to quench your thirst? Or do you need energy to complete everyday tasks? Well, we at CCGO have the solution for you. Introducing our newest energy drink, CC Cola. Purchased from any CC stop in Amadias, CC Cola is the energy drink that you need. With just one sip, you will reach top speeds never before seen. Elevate your energy levels throughout the day with CC Cola. Side effects may include choking, vomiting, diarrhea, diabetes, dihydrogen monoxide, turning into a horse, turning into a lesbian, dementia, homicidal thoughts and ideation, deep vein thrombosis, dementia, becoming deathly allergic to red meat, having poor communication skills, forgetting how to advertise a product, broken bones, internal bleeding, blindness, becoming a homunculus, accidentally kissing your own sister, dementia, divorce, being searched by the authorities, going to jail, asphyxiation, metaphysical damage, spontaneous combustion, spontaneous ejaculation, getting run over by a reindeer, never being able to plug in the USB correctly on the first try, chest pains, heartburn, liver failure, kidney failure, dementia, and not knowing how to edit jokes. So yeah, Mannequin Entities are pretty cool. And there's actually a little bit more that I have done, as well as a bit more that I still want to do with them. For example, there's an entire side quest in Oncon which uses Mannequin Entities as NPCs. I don't really want to spoil anything about the quest because I want you guys to experience it for yourselves, but it does include you visiting a couple key points of interest around Oncon. Sorry if it seems like I'm withholding information after not making a devlog for several months, but listen, okay, I feel like I show off a bit too much in these videos, and I need to save some things for you guys. And look, to make up for it, I'm gonna show you guys an exclusive sneak peek at a new boss fight that's currently in development at the end of the video. And in addition to that, there's actually more content coming out in the form of developer live streams. And also, yes, I am recording this a couple days after that last clip. If you did not catch the live stream where I made this beautiful area here, then you can still watch the VOD. It's up on my channel. It's over 5 hours long because the stream went on for quite a while, but it's still there. You can watch it. Anyways, back to slide from a couple days ago. In the last devlog, I mentioned that we will soon be looking for more developers to add to the team. And while that is still true, those plans have kind of taken a sideline in the past couple months. It's important to realize that at the end of the day, making this map is really just a hobby, and so if you're upset about, a lack of content, listen, man, I have no obligation to make these videos in the first place, okay? With that being said, our Discord is still free for anyone to join. It's open to really anyone who's interested in the map. And in there, I show off even more sneak peeks that don't make it into these devlogs. There will be a link to the Discord in the description for those who are interested in that. At this point, I, unfortunately, am not going to make any promises about the next devlog coming out sooner than this one did. I feel like anytime I make that kind of promise, I end up breaking it anyways, just because life gets in the way, or I get lazy, or just some other factors, so not going to make any promises anymore. And I believe that is everything that I have to say, so here's the sneak peek that I promised.